And whoever wants to renew my car
Yeah.
warranty.
All the usual.
Yeah.
All the usual suspects.
So we never have replaced that phone.
Okay. Hey, Warren, are you hearing us okay?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, we're hearing you fine.
All right.
Other audio issues, I'm still not sure if it's my computer or not. If you're hearing me, then maybe it's just an internet connection issue. Somewhere else. There's Mary Beth. So, let me stick my head out there before we get started.
And Joey and I have been seeing you sign off on. Yeah, it's exciting stuff, riveting. Oh, I hate that.
Nice to be in here with you guys.
Nice to have you in here with us.
Bring cookies or fudge or anything?
I should have, I said, last week I would have brought you a fall down ice cream.
Yeah, I wondered if you wanted to save any of it.
Some of it, okay.
I was surprised at what stayed frozen in the back of my freezer for 3 days.
Well, the thing that was most astonishing to me was that the milk was fine. The ice cream, not so much.
Yeah.
But then the ice cream guy told me that anything that has a high cream content
Right.
does better. You know, that milk is so fresh and has so much cream in it.
All right. Well, everybody's here. Craig won't be with us tonight. He's still traveling in from a project he's been working on. And so we'll go ahead and get started. I'm going to call to order the regular meeting of the Town Council of Tallulah Falls for November 5th, 2020. Start with a moment of silence. Amen. All right, first order of business is that we need to amend our agenda by removing the fire report from the consent agenda. It hasn't been submitted this month yet, so we'll have it for next month. So I have a motion to amend the agenda. Okay, Joey makes that motion. Do I have a second? Deb seconds. All in favor? Unanimous. All right, and then next order of business is our consent agenda. Do I have a motion to accept the consent? Oh, I'm sorry. Can I have a motion to adopt the amended agenda? All right, Joey makes that motion. I have a second. Larry seconds. All in favor? Unanimous. All right, then the consent agenda. I have a motion to accept the consent agenda. Joey makes that motion. Deb seconds. All in favor? Unanimous. All right, is there anything for the attorney report?
No.
All right, no attorney report. New business. First thing on the agenda for the new business is the EDA recommendation for the Tallulah Center, otherwise known as the Georgia Power Building. And our DEA chair is here to make that presentation.
Okay. Oh, it's not a big to-do presentation. It's basically just to let you guys know that after 2 years of working on this with the city council and various other people, and also becoming more clear in what our role was and what was the legal parameters on which we could operate with the town owning this business, that the DEA has received those two proposals, as you know, and at our last meeting in October, we came up with the recommendation that the town put the building up for sale. Both of the proposals that we received included a desire to buy the building. So we feel that with those legal parameters of ownership of the building and how that translates, to the DDA and the city. We feel that that's the best course of action to take. We're not real comfortable going into a long-term lease, with the tenant, so therefore we feel that selling the building and having our two, groups, entities that are put forth the proposals. I have spoken with them. They are still interested and are waiting to hear from us after tonight, about what the procedure's going to be. So, hooray, 2 years in the making, and we have gotten to this point. So we're very glad about that.
Okay, any questions from the council about their proposal? All right, then can I have a motion to accept the DEA's proposal and move forward with, take action to be able to sell the building? Joey makes that motion. Deb seconds. All in favor? Unanimous. All right, having anticipated the recommendation from the DEA, we have a resolution to declare the Tallulah Center as surplus property. And with that, I believe there are some ads that should have been in y'all's packet. Do I need to read through that resolution?
I might propose an amendment to it if you all want to impose any conditions on the bid. So the way it's structured right now is just, it's declared surplus. You can sell it any way that the statute says you can, which is either sealed bid or auction. If in the ad for either sealed bid or auction, there can be conditions on it, such as if there's other information you want to go along with it, if there's a time frame that you want to know or to be included as a minimum criteria, we would need to include that. So if there's conditions that we want to add to it, then we may need to have a motion to approve the resolution subject to that, the additional conditions.
Okay, so what Warren and I have been talking about a little bit were some conditions like we may want to see the proposal of what they're going to do with the property, just get a general idea with their submission, and that we want some deadlines on closing on the deal once accepted. So I think what y'all have in y'all's draft does not include that. So if y'all want to add that in, we need to accept the resolution, adopt the resolution with those amendments made.
What about that?
And if y'all want to do some earnest money, that was another thought that we had, some upfront money, how much, what percentage. So open the floor to the council to weigh in.
Well, I definitely like the idea of them having to include with their proposal some documentation of what their intentions are for what they want to do with it.
The people, the two, that already presented proposal, what they've already presented, will that suffice for that?
It'll have to be sealed. It'll have to be a sealed bid.
But, but their proposal that they've already given us, can that be
That
what
would be
they include in
adequate,
the sealed bid, rather than them come up with something else?
In other words, they've
put a
already indicated,
proposal.
yeah.
Yeah, they've already got a proposal.
Yeah, they just have to
They can just include that with it.
We're not asking for a special, we're just looking for a general idea, so it doesn't have to be super specific, all of the thing. So yeah, if they've already got something put together, they just put it on board. Anything else? See what that.
I think one city had gone up to say, seal bid or auction.
No, it'd have to be sealed bid, right?
So have we prefer a sealed bid?
It could be either.
I think I'm more comfortable with sealed bid with the right to accept or reject.
Yeah.
So I think it'd be less, confusion if you say it that way. The only way I think we would want to try to enter into any kind of auction situation is to reserve, narrowing what we accept that we consider an auction. So I think my first thought is I'm more comfortable with a sealed bid.
Right.
That's good.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And what do we think about earnest money?
Uh,
We did that last time, didn't we?
We did.
Yeah, that's it.
our part-time realtor, I think, maybe she can give us some impact as far as standard amount, if so. I know most of that kind of stuff is just negotiable. The deal similar to this, what would be an acceptable amount? Do you think?
It is negotiable, it's not required in a normal real estate transaction, or normal earnest money, and if someone puts up typically the more serious,
Right.
a seller would consider it all. Might consider.
That would sound reasonable to me, that way we won't eliminate anybody that's not pretty serious. You know, have some skin in the game at that point. They're more likely to move forward, I would think.
The way I would probably word it is, uh, you make the sealed bid. The sealed bid needs to include the proposed use for the property and the time frame for completion of the project. And then I think what we do is that, once the winning bid is awarded, then, give a timeline, 5 days, 10 days, something like that, for the parties to reach a binding agreement as to terms. And if they don't, then that bid, fails, and it'll be awarded to the second highest bidder.
That makes sense to me, in other words, that's gonna give everybody a time frame to negotiate with the chief of the bid. Engage all of them typically involved, give you a little time frame to work it out.
Right.
So I'm gonna follow, Warren's suggestion about how structure. What he was mentioning makes a lot of sense. It keeps somebody from having to spell out each and every detail, before they even know if they're going to be the winning bidder. We only need to have those particular details nailed down when we're talking to who we know is the winning bidder.
Okay. Are there any other conditions or?
No, I mean, so basically the way I've got this thing pulled up now, uh, which I think we can do this one of two ways. We can either approve the resolution. That's probably the cleanest way to do it, is to go ahead and approve the resolution unamended, and then make a motion to include conditions of sale in the advertisement. The advertisement should have somewhere.
And also, I think the advertising permit typically, reserve the right to accept or reject any bids.
Yeah, you can accept, or you have to award it to the highest responsible bidder, but you always have the right to reject all bids or cancel the sale. And the ad isn't in here, but I think what I would do is, Mike, just the motion would be to approve the resolution subject to conditions that will be made a part of the ad by separate motion.
As long as we have that as a protection, going forward, we're all gonna be operating with, good intent, but nevertheless, we don't want to get into a situation where we're obligated to accept a deal that we're not happy with. We don't want to get in that spot. Bad place to be.
Right. All right, if there's no more discussion, we'll take our first motion to adopt the resolution unamended, but subject to the conditions to the advertisement. That Joey makes that motion, second by Deb. All in favor? It's unanimous. All right, and then how do we want to word the motion for the ad?
Well, I think you just make a motion that we include the following conditions in the sealed bid process. And those are going to be that any bid should include a general description of what the property will be used for if purchased, an estimated time frame for the completion of the renovations, and then the terms would be that the bidder who is awarded the win has 5 business days, to reach a binding agreement with the city. If they don't reach an agreement on that purchase and sale contract, then the city has the right to, reject the award of that or rescind the award of that winning bid.
Okay, is 5 days going to be enough? Is what the council need to,
I mean, you could make it 10 if you wanted to.
okay. I'm thinking the council will have to actually have a special meeting to go over and actually approve any final contract, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, they would.
Okay. All right, so can I get a motion? What Warren was just saying, that we will amend our advertisement to include those conditions for a sealed bid.
At what point do we want to, put the portion of the furnace money? Does that go into this?
That would be
or-
part of the
That would be
negotiation.
part of the question, okay.
Yeah, to come up with a settlement amount or a earnest amount during that negotiation. So I have a motion to that effect. Joey makes that motion. I have a second. Larry will second. Any further discussion? All in favor? Unanimous. All right. All right, we'll get that
Can I
going.
ask another question?
Sure.
I know that do you have to decide on how long you're gonna run the advertisement for?
We're gonna run it. I think there's some guidelines for
I
that.
know it's a minimum 15, maximum 60. And it's my understanding that you can choose, how many days in that time block.
Yeah, I think we're gonna submit this just as soon as we can, so that we can open the bid for December 3rd meeting.
We probably need a motion to set some parameters of, let me pull up this ad here. We probably need to decide what the parameters of the sale time is going to be. So, for instance, the way I've got the ad worded here now is basically bids will be accepted up to noon on December 3rd. And that we're going to open bids at the meeting on December 3rd, starts at 6 p.m. And so then we would need to run the ad, at least 15 days from the end of the sale, but it's really like a month-long time, so it's pretty quick.
Is that enough, typically, you think that's enough time to make all this come together at one?
Say that one more time, Larry.
Enough time to make all this come together, this would be a little less than a month, 28 days or so.
Yeah, it would be. The statute says you got to run. Give me 1 second here. The governing authority shall cause notice to be published once in the legal organ of the county, not less than 15 days nor more than 60 days preceding the day of the auction, or if the sale is by sealed bids, preceding the last day for the receipt of proposals. So if y'all are going to say the last day for receipt of proposals is noon on December 3rd, then we'd have to run the ad at least 15 days before that. And Linda, would we be able to get this in next week's paper?
Yes, as long as we get it to them Monday.
As long as we get it to them by Monday? Okay. Then yeah, so, basically we'd get it in on Monday and it would run, when does the paper come out up there? Thursdays?
Says 3 weeks, isn't it?
I didn't hear any of that.
That'll be
Thursday.
3 weeks.
It comes out on Thursday.
So if it runs on the 12th, then you got 4 weeks.
All right.
Get it done.
Yeah, I think so. Why not?
And we're just gonna run it one time in the Clayton Tribune,
You gotta do
Yeah.
it for 15 days, so you have to do it 2 weeks in a row,
no,
right?
just 15 days prior, one
Okay.
time.
Well, we're not, just in all fairness, to give everybody an opportunity to be able to see an ad, we do not want to run it twice.
You can, it's just gonna be an expensive ad because the legal description is extremely
Yeah,
long.
we probably only run it twice, I would think, because the third one running would be less than 15 days before the sealed bid.
As long as you've
The
done
question
it.
is, do we need to
Oh,
run
okay.
it twice? Do we need to run it continuously from now until then, or could we just run it once?
Yeah, the statute says once. If y'all want to run it more than once, you're free to do that. But the legal description on this thing is like a page long.
Oh, okay. Now, I got
We're
you.
we're basically gonna buy 1 page of the newspaper for this ad.
Hey, y'all think one time sufficient?
Absolutely. I mean,
Yeah.
we have people who are interested.
I thought we were talking about a postcard size thing, 3 or 4 lines, letting them know we want to have a sealed deal, when it would be. But if we're talking about a page and a half, that's a whole different thing.
It's gonna be pretty big. All right, then, can I get a motion that we're going to, advertise in next week's paper? And, what else do we need on that?
by sealed bid, and that the bids are going to be, the last day for bids will be noon on December 3rd.
Okay. So Joey, you want to make that motion? Joey,
But I don't, you know, why do we have to wait till December the 3rd? Why don't you back it up a week or whatever? I mean,
We don't,
why are we waiting till the day of the next council meeting?
we can do whatever you want on that. We just, yeah,
No, they can submit it anytime. We're opening it on the 3rd at our next council meeting, and we can't review them beforehand without having a special call meeting.
That's right. That's right.
So, all right, do we have a motion? Okay, Joey makes that motion. Do we have a second? Larry seconds. All in favor? Unanimous? All right. Does that pretty much wrap up everything we need for that?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Next item on our agenda is inmate housing. Really what this boils down to is that Tanya is wanting to, or being able to use both counties' prisons instead of contract just. All right, we'll need to go into some negotiations with the county. So what I'm asking for is a motion to allow Tanya and myself to begin working on new contracts with the counties and coming up with something that we'll then bring for you guys to approve at a later date. So Joey makes that motion. Deb seconds, all in favor, unanimous. So we'll start getting going on that soon. All right, next item on the agenda is LMIG project identification. Unfortunately, Craig couldn't make it back in time. What we see as, we've got 16,800 and we got it here somewhere. We've got $16,885 worth of money to spend toward roads projects next year if we get the LMIG grant. Part of that we have to put in ourselves, part of it comes from LMIG. Craig and I have identified really 3 areas we want to focus on. One is Cartledge Street after it's been repaved. We want to do something about building those shoulders back up so that cars can get off the road and pass each other.
It's nice and smooth now, but we can't pass each other because you can't get off.
Right. So we want to address that. And so we want to build those shoulders back up, get them even with the road, maybe, and address some of the drainage issues associated with that. And then also we want to go at the end of the pavement at Gorgeview and begin grading and putting in culverts, now that that's our only access to get to the water tower, our new water tank. Since we're no longer gonna be allowed to go to Little Falls Railroad, we need to have a drivable road and something that we can maintain fairly easily. So we want to put that on the project list. And then anything beyond that, anything we have that money left over beyond those 2 projects, we focus on Athens White Camp. It's been neglected, it's getting chewed up pretty bad. And we need to do some patching out through there if we can. And so we'll start looking for bids along those lines. So I'd like to get a motion from the council that those be the projects that we focus on for our next LMIG project. Okay.
We have to wait, like the shoulders of the road on Cartledge, for example. We have to wait until next year. We have some money that could be allotted.
So the LMIG is open right now. We'll get the money as soon as we get it submitted. I mean, it's open, it closes actually in February, so it's been open. So, as soon as we can close out what we already have and submit our new, so it's the 21 LMIG, but it comes in now.
It would happen pretty quickly once you submitted it.
Right.
Once not a wait and see thing. next year and find out?
No, I mean, this is it's a definite grant that we get.
I can show you the situation on our edge. It's pretty clear.
Tanya and I met each other there yesterday. It was a good thing we were both paying attention.
Now that it's been serviced, and I'm thankful that it was, but
I know.
there's as much as sometimes 8 to 10 inches difference in the height now between the roadbed and the shoulder of the road, and that's gonna drag the bottom out of somebody's car. And be looking at us.
Well, it'll probably be one of us.
So my point being, I would think that it'd be smart to address that just as soon as possible.
Yeah, that will probably be the first thing that we do, because that's, like you said, it's pretty critical. All right, so do we have a motion to accept that list for our LMU grant?
Does it make any difference that Larry and I both live on Gorgeview?
Oh,
Okay, I
think
just
so.
didn't want it to look like we're voting to fix our road above everybody else's.
It accesses several houses other
Yes,
than
that's
ours.
true.
I mean, that's all I'm saying.
And the water tank is the other
Yeah,
reason. So.
so we got a lot, we got folks ahead above us, you know.
Right.
I'm not trying to be selfish and say, well, we should do this.
Right.
It's not like.
We're not, actually, technically, we're not paving anything
Right, it's not.
directly in front of y'all's houses anyway. It's all further down the road where y'all would normally travel, and there's carpets that we need to address because we just did the work.
Yeah, we're safe.
So I think that's pretty good.
As soon as possible.
Right.
All right, so we have that motion. That makes that motion. Do I have a second? Larry seconds. All in favor? Unanimous. All right, then the final item on under new business is gonna be this meeting owl that we have in front of us. We purchased it with the intent of, if it wasn't gonna work, we could send it back in 30 days. It works well. Y'all used it with DDA meeting. Everybody said they could hear fine. Warren says we're coming across a little bit better. There are a few minor technical issues. It may be related to my computer for some of the sound quality problems that we have. But I'll continue working on it. So what I need is a motion to approve the purchase of the meeting owl with CARES Act funding. That's that funding we got from the state for COVID-related expenses. And that's how we would pay for that. So I'd like to have a motion that we can make that purchase official.
Keep the little.
And he's cute. Yeah. Okay, Joey makes that motion, Deb seconds.
I'm just curious, how much is that gonna get?
It was $999. So, okay. And like I
Y'all
said,
happy with it, you take.
It's a lot less, it's a lot easier to set up than,
yeah, it's way easier to set up. We're not having to mess with all that stuff anymore and all the feedback and everything else. It's quite a few steps forward for us. And we'll be able to continue using it once we go back to having regular meetings, so we can continue our remote access to these meetings, which makes it more accessible. I think that's always a good idea, to make our meetings as accessible as we can make them. So, all right, all in favor? That's unanimous. All right. Mayor's comments. People have been asking me about the Christmas party. The school has chosen they've already chosen that they're not gonna bring their students down. They're concerned about COVID problems and flu. And we'd be trying to crowd people inside, even then, it's just not a wise idea. So what I'm planning on doing is that first Friday in February, unless the business association can do anything.
I was actually gonna bring it up on open floor, even though I'm the chairperson of the business association, I certainly, want to continue doing what I've been doing for it. And I was gonna bring it up at open floor and say, do I want to do this for me? Seems kind of iffy to me because of this small space.
Right.
Maybe not have, maybe not have the follow-up and just be outside,
Pretty
light
much,
the tree.
my thinking was to, if we can have a bonfire, we will. But we'll still gather together those that want to. We can light the tree that first Friday. We could set up a little cider thing outside on the table, people can get cider or cocoa or something. But I don't feel comfortable with potluck inside or anything of that
I don't know.
cramming people together, so
I don't know if I'd even do the trees.
No, I wouldn't
I
either.
wouldn't even do that.
that's fine. So we'll just plan on,
BYO.
yeah,
Bring your own cocoa.
I'm scratching.
YOC.
so, so yeah, that was gonna be my announcement, was that really, until we can get past this COVID thing, we need to still be on our guard. And doing something like that's just not wise, but we will still light the tree that night. And we can put a little fire out there,
Yeah, that sounds good.
so,
Is
Are we
there,
going to see any volunteers for putting the tree out yet?
not yet, I gotta talk to Georgia Power on, we'll get that one worked out, I gotta get the lights ready and some other things, we'll be starting that next week. And getting ready for getting those hung. So, that was really all I had under mayor's comments. Do we have any public comments?
This is Terry Dobbs. Can you hear me? I'm having a hearing problem on my end.
Yeah, we can hear you fine.
Thank you. Wanted to sincerely thank our fire department and mayor for the storm last week coming to my house and cutting up that tree. I certainly appreciate all your services.
But thank you for that. We were definitely glad to help out where we could. Yeah, I guess we can include that, and we did have a few trees come down in town. The fire department got out and cleared our roads for us, and now we need to do a little bit more right-of-way cleaning along the way as well. So, any other public comment?
Thank you for having City Hall open during the time that the power was out.
You're welcome. We had a few
Glad
people
that the generator was working.
take advantage. Yeah, we had the first storm, it wasn't working. The battery had exploded. So we're back up and running now. And we usually had several people come up and take advantage of that. Come down, I should say.
Really appreciate it.
Until the internet went out.
Which, that happens because there's a 10-hour battery, I heard, that
Oh,
on the
okay.
cell phone towers, that they work for a certain amount of time till that battery dies. And then if there's no power, then that's why we all had like service that first day, and then it all went away, so.
Oh, well. All right, if there's no more public comment, there is no need for executive session this month, so I'll entertain a motion to adjourn. Joey makes that motion. We have a second, Deb seconds, Larry. The owl is possessed.